Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoons, everyone around the world. Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video featuring Sylveon here in the Master Rank in Jungle. Item build we're running is Shell Bell, Choice Specs, and Amplifier. Hopefully everyone else has picked up Sylveon by now. If you haven't, you're missing out. I think this Pokemon is absolutely fantastic for the jungle, for in lane, for many reasons. But this right here being one of them. Bees spawn, we got Mystic Fire ready to go. We're hopping in there. We're getting our bees down, we're killing everyone in this lane, no problem. Mystic Fire, what it does is it selects enemy Pokemon that are near you, and it targets them directly over wild Pokemon. Keep that in mind. Every time you hit somebody with Mystic Fire ability, the cooldown goes down by 1 second every time a flame lands, right? But every time an extra flame lands or another flame lands, etc., etc., it does less damage per se, but the ability can be up pretty much all the time, especially with Shell Bell and Amplifier, where it lowers your cooldown on your abilities. And being Mystic Fire is already a short ability cooldown as it is, it's pretty spammable, boys. It really is. Our next ability, you get either Draining Kiss, right? Or we take Calm Mind. What Calm Mind does, it gives you a 40% increase your movement speed and special attack by 40%, give or take, and your special defense by 10% for a short amount, right? Sounds fantastic. It is, it's really good. Now, up to 3 seconds after you use that ability, you can block the next oncoming damage to you. This happens once per game. At least that's what the tooltip says. But I've actually had situations where I've done that multiple times in the game, which I believe it was a bug. But at the same time, I don't like that ability very much. I like Draining Kiss just because the amount of sheer damage Draining Kiss does and the amount of healing it can do for you, especially on top of Shell Bell and Choice Specs. The more special attack you have, the more you heal from Shell Bell. Also, the more special attack you have, the more you heal from Draining Kiss, because i.e. more damage, right? Now, she's not a tanky Pokemon, she's not super bulky, but Draining Kiss allows you to sustain yourself in team fights, especially when you don't have a healer or another frontline. But considering I have a Eldegoss here, on top of my Draining Kiss, with these items, it's really hard to take me out in a team fight unless you're crowd controlling me or singling me out. Her damage output in a team fight is huge. I know that sounds crazy, because Mystic Fire, can only target one Pokemon, give or take. It's not an AoE. You know what I mean? It's an AoE, it spreads out, but you know what I'm saying. It doesn't hit more than one target at a time, you know what I mean? The ability itself is just super good. Whereas you can either take Draining Kiss, Mystic Fire, or Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice is one of those abilities where I don't like it. I don't think it's very good, but some other people do enjoy it. I think Hyper Voice, in a sense, is very strong, right, in terms of damage. Its clear potential in jungle is really good. The downside of Hyper Voice is you cannot cancel the ability once you start activating it. So the damage comes out in a cone, right? And as long as the enemy Pokemon moves out of your range or moves, away from you or behind you, what have you, during the animation, you're locked into that animation. You can't stop it. That's the way to finish. Therefore, the enemy Pokemon is you're taking damage from enemy Pokemon that are behind you, that are, next to you or the side, whatever. You can't do anything until the animation is canceled, which makes it really feel bad. You know what I mean? Whereas Mystic Fire, look at this. You're gonna sit here and keep on spamming Mystic Fire. They can't get away from you, especially when you have red buff. And being a jungler, 9 out of 10 you have red buff. It's just as bad as if a Greninja is chasing you with red buff and water shuriken. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? You ain't getting away. And that's how I feel when I play Sylveon with Mystic Fire with red buff. Now, Draining Kiss works in a sense where it kind of ping-pongs. So the closer you are to a target, the more damage and healing that you will receive. If I were to Draining Kiss now Mr. Mime from where he is right now, I won't heal as much because it's not going to reach him in time before the ability cancels out. And at the end of the day, this Pokemon here really needs sustain to stay in team fights because she's super squishy. And considering sometimes you'll get an Eldegoss in your squad, or a Blissey, or a frontline Snorlax, those Pokemon really boost her survivability by a lot. You may not realize it right away, but once you become good with Sylveon, once you understand her abilities and her kit, how much damage you can take and deal, you're gonna have a lot of fun. And I also think this Pokemon is going to be, if not already, in a lot of people's minds, S tier or high A tier right now. She did get nerfed. I think it was like a day or the same day, if I remember, on her release window. Because she did so much damage, they hotfixed her right away. And now she's in a position where she isn't underpowered. She's not average, but she's a little bit, you know, she's a little bit up there. So hopefully you guys have picked her up. If you're on the fence of getting Sylveon, stop. Just pick her up. The way I look at this game right now, there's so many Pokemon out, and there's going to be many, many more Pokemon to come. When it comes to MOBAs and this aspect, this genre, there's many characters that you can choose from to play, and you won't understand how much damage they deal and or how much damage that you can take without playing them yourself. And Sylveon has that kit, and which makes her super aggressive, and that's not a lot of people's playstyle, which may be one of the reasons why you may not want to play Sylveon. But if you're interested in aggressive playstyle, she's going to be for you. And she counters Talonflame. Yeah, I said it. That's right. She counters Talonflame. How, might I ask? Well, think about it. Lucario, right? Lucario counters Talonflame. When he flies in the air, he has multiple dashes to get away, right? Extreme Speed, Pirate Punch, eject button. You have other Pokemon like Gengar who can sometimes counter Talonflame depending on how fast Talonflame lands from fly. 9 out of 10 he's going to kill you, right? Talonflame's just going to blow you up. Sylveon, on the other hand, she has Mystical Fire and eject button. And if you time it right, you can dodge, fly, and aerial ace following Talonflame. Because 9 out of 10 they fly and they hit you with aerial ace. Oh, this poor War Turtle. You really just giving up, bud? He's really giving up. Aw, feel bad. Sorry, dude. Anyway, as long as you dodge, fly at the right time with Mystic Fire, Talonflame's dead. Because he can't do enough damage to burst you down on top of your Mystic Fire and Draining Kiss ability, considering he's right on top of you. You're just going to heal too much for him to deal with. So keep that in mind too. She's a lot of fun, boys. Hopefully you guys pick her up. Hopefully you guys did learn something by watching this video, give or take. I try to be as informative as possible. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and take a look at her breakdown of her abilities right fast. Catch you guys in a minute. This has been Pawse Plays. Enjoy the rest of your day. For those of you that aren't going to stick around for that, but if you are, enjoy the rest of your day. Smash that like button. Become a subscriber. We're so close to 1,000. Help me reach the goal, guys. We're almost there. Talk to you guys later. I'm going to head out. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get the breakdown done right fast. So generally speaking, like I said, you have multiple different items that you can run on Sylveon. This is just what I like to run. I always typically run choice specs on all of my special attackers, Gengar, Sylveon, Gardevoir. This item is staple for these choice specs. Now, if we didn't have these items into the game currently, I would be using Wise Glasses, but this is just so much better. It does so much more damage. You may not think about it, but sometimes if you play a game, right, I want you to look at your tooltip. So you hit the, what is it, the X button, I think, after you get killed, and it brings up the damage calculations. You will see choice specs on there dealing damage to you from special attack Pokemon, if they're running the item. Like, it's actual substantial damage. It really does well. And I take an Energy Amplifier, just because, again, it gives you the cooldown and the Unite move charge. But what some people don't realize is this item, I think it's slept on, because it increases your damage by 21% after you use your Unite move. So think about this, like pre-Charizard Unite move, what would happen would be he would fly around and just burn you and burn you and burn you, and then he would decide when to pick you up. All that time that you're doing this, you get 21% increased damage. It's the same case with Cramorant when you start using Unite move. Sylveon, any damage after that will increase by 21%. It's actually really, really good. And then the cooldown reduction, on top of that with this cooldown reduction on Shell Bell, the way this one works is you receive a minimum of 75 HP, right? That's what the tooltip says. But the higher your special attack, the more HP it recovers. So when you couple that with choice specs, this will further increase your special attack throughout the game as you damage enemy Pokemon, therefore resulting in more healing from Shell Bell. Which does this. Because now we have to look at your other ability, Draining Kiss, which heals you as it ping-pongs back and forth. So Draining Kiss plus Shell Bell, you sustain yourself a lot more in team fights. Considering you're not super bulky with this item build, the important part is keeping yourself alive so you can deal damage, especially during these objective fights, because Mystic Fire does like to hit the nearest enemy Pokemon. It always prioritizes enemy Pokemon over wild Pokemon, so keep that in mind. But at the same time, you can also run Hyper Voice if you're that sort of player, give or take. But, you know, hey, that's me. hopefully you guys did learn a thing or two when it comes to playing Sylveon. If you haven't picked her up yet, hopefully this guide may persuade you to do so. I think she's pretty good in the meta where she stands right now. I think she's going to be a high tier right now on a lot of people's tier list. When I say high tier, I'm borderline S tier when it comes to Sylveon. For those of you that are interested in my opinion on that, or just want to know what the best Pokemon is, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully you guys do pick her up, figure her out. Let me know what your build choices are on her, because I've seen a lot of different things down in the comments. Like, I've had success with this build set. I've had success using Leftovers and Shell Bell, or Leftovers and Focus Band, the one that heals you a little bit. I'll put a video out on that. Her sustain is absolutely nuts, guys. It really is. It's a lot of fun. Hey man, this has been Pawse Plays. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna head out. Make sure you smash that like button, join that Discord. We're almost to 1,000 likes or 1,000 subscribes. Appreciate you guys, man. We will be having a Nintendo Switch giveaway here soon. For those of you that are interested, once we reach 1,000 subscribers. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.